Man, what's up? What's happening? If it's your first time tuning in, you already know who it is. It's your boy Nephew Q, aka Q Walker. This is Beyond the Game, and I got my guy over here to my right. Y'all probably left. Ralph, go and introduce yourself for the people one time, Ralph.
What's up, world? Let's get to it.
Let's get right on into it, and then we got aka the Hood, love me baby, hot dog down there below. Go and introduce yourself for the people real quick one time for the one time.
What's up, BGC Nation? I hope you had your broomsticks out over the weekend because I sure did for the Duke Nation.
I know it was a sweep that went on this weekend, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Hot dog, was it even close, hot dog?
I mean, we beat about 7 in overtime. It was a good game.
It was a close game.
It was a good game. Matt Hurt, I think he scored like half their points. I've never seen a dude jump 2 inches off the ground and do so much damage.
Yeah, he was putting in work.
I ain't never seen. He did that in the first game too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, hot dog, forget all that. In my mind, it was a blowout. So there it is.
We're being about 30.
In my mind, y'all did.
That's petty. That's petty, Q.
If you get swept, you got beat by 30, pretty much.
That's what's up. You right.
So man, lot to get into. Got a couple of things going on over the weekend. This upcoming weekend, speaking of that, is All-Star Weekend, man. So we're gonna get into a little All-Star break talk. So first things first, MVP front runner. Let's talk about this. Now, this one for me, I feel like the MVP race is wide open. It's more wide open than it has been in like previous years. Coming into the season, my MVP was KD, but I don't think he'll win it. Not because of his numbers, but because he's not playing enough games. He's only played 19 games this season, so that kind of eliminates him. Shout out to KJ. This is for you. I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid for my MVP. It was between him and Dame. The reason why I went with Embiid over Dame is because Dame's team is in 6th place right now, and MVP you can't be in 6th place. You know what I'm saying? And win the MVP unless you have a season like Russ did when he had averaged a triple double. So, but anyway, so I'm going with Joel Embiid. He averaged 30 points per game, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting 51% from the field, 41% from three. He's played in 28 out of 34 games. He just needs to continue to stay healthy. But that's who I'm going with for my league MVP. Ralph, who you got?
I think you made it kind of easy for me. I think we're on the same boat here. I picked up Joel too. I feel like he's just had the best season so far. You know what I'm saying? Look at his team. His team is first in the East. I feel like Doc Rivers has really made an impact on the Sixers. If you look at the Sixers, I mean, they changed some stuff up, but they're somewhat of the same team that they were last year. And, I mean, they're rocking and rolling right now. They were undefeated at home for a while. They have taken, I think, about 3 losses since then, but they were undefeated for a while at home. I think they were like 12-0, if I'm not mistaken. But it has to be Joel Embiid. It's definitely not the sexy position, being the center position, but I just feel like he's played a great season, and he deserves it so far.
So far, yeah. So far. Hot dog, man. What do you think? Who's been your first half MVP?
Ralph just said it has to be Joel Embiid. Is that what you said, Ralph?
At this point, yes.
It does not have to be. I'm going with that guy. I don't even want to say his name. It's in the banner behind Q.
Over here?
That one. Yeah.
That guy?
That guy. Oh, man, look. He's got the Lakers still in 2nd place. The only reason they're not in 1st place is because they're behind the best team in the league right now, the Jazz. Usually it's the best player on the best team, but Donovan's just not putting up the numbers. This is a whole team effort for the Jazz. I think it's LeBron. I think the man gets better year in, year out. I mean, I think Joel Embiid's 2nd. He has the best team in the East, a watered down East this year. The Celtics aren't who they are. The Raptors are bad. I mean, the 76ers are the best team in the East. You're right. He is by far the best player on that team, but I think it's LeBron.
You see, LeBron. Man, look, I was gonna go with LeBron, but I feel like, man, and I already know what people are gonna say. It's the Jordan effect. And what I mean by that is you could give it to Jordan every single year.
You could give it to LeBron every year. You're right.
And that's what I'm saying. So I didn't want to just go with LeBron because it's like, well, I mean, you could pretty much give it to him every single year, except for Jordan didn't get in when Barkley won it. It's because their team had the best record in the West. And then when Karl Malone won it, their team had the best record. So outside of things like that, you could pretty much give it to LeBron or Michael Jordan every single year. So I was like, you know what? who is somebody else who's killing? My pick has been Embiid. He's finally quote unquote healthy. He's missed a couple of games. He's missed a couple of games here and there. But for me,
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you a center I like better than Embiid right now. The team's kind of struggling. I love the Joker. I'm a big Joker fan.
You know what? And Joker right now.
Look, can you tell me his numbers, please?
He's averaging 26 points per game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, shooting 56 from the field and 42% from three.
I mean, he just got that UK boy weighted down.
I mean,
in Denver.
It's not too much better than Embiid is averaging more points. Embiid is 41% from three. He's 51% from field goal. So, I mean, it's not too much better. I mean, it's just like pick your poison. Who you want to go with.
I agree with you, Ralph, 100%. But my thing is like I said, the East is watered down this year.
Yes.
I mean, what is the West? Is West is high powered? I mean, who do they have?
You think
Go ahead, hot dog.
I'm just saying the Jazz have improved. The Lakers are still the Lakers. The Clippers are still the Clippers. I just think that the West is improved because you think the Nuggets were the second seed last year, the second or third seed.
And what 12th this year, 12th or 14th place.
No, they're in the playoffs right now.
They're not. They're not one of the 8 teams.
We gonna get to that. Hold on. We gonna get to that.
I could be wrong. Okay.
B, you with us?
What's happening?
Okay, my bad. It's like your screen was frozen. So we talking about the MVP front runner for the first half of the season. Being Ralph, we went with Joel Embiid. Hot Dog went with LeBron James. Who you got as the first half MVP right now?
Probably James Harden.
What?
I mean, I like James Harden, but
yeah, man, probably James Harden. Man.
He hasn't played enough.
Probably James Harden. I mean, I like LeBron. LeBron's doing what LeBron does at 36, so definitely not to take nothing away from that. But if you just look at what James Harden has put together since he's gotten to Brooklyn, man, I mean, it's just.
I do like he's taking a back seat. I do like that. I feel like he's taking a huge back seat compared to what he usually does.
You got 3 stars on one team.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, they ain't all playing together at the same time either, So, I mean, this guy is, carrying the load. I mean, he didn't basically told Kyrie step back. He came in and he's running the team. Now, here's the real deal, though. We all know, all 4 of us sitting here, we know this. This is regular season.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so we're gonna really see what the deal is and what he does in the playoffs. I mean, that's just it. But if we're just talking about right now, and I like my guy Luka. I like Luka.
I know you do.
I wanted to pick Luka too. It's just Dallas's record is not.
You know what? I can't pick Luka. Hey, I'm gonna tell you why I can't pick Luka. Just like Gilbert Arenas said today. It's like, okay, you can look at the numbers and everything else, but it is a popularity, game.
It is.
And Dallas, I mean, they're just not competing. I mean, like they're not winning. They don't have a winning record. Now, a winning record does not necessarily mean that, a person on that team has to be the MVP because, if that's the case, you could take Dame. Why ain't Dame MVP? MVP. But Luka, I mean, without Luka, what are they? Just like at this
terrible.
Keeping everything honest, without LeBron, what are the Lakers?
Terrible. Terrible.
What currently right now, without James Harden, what is Brooklyn?
And what is Philly without Embiid?
So, I mean,
I still think that the 76ers will be a playoff team with Tobias Harris. With Ben Simmons, they would still be a playoff team. The East is trash.
I mean, the East
is trash.
The East is still off.
It's just blowing my mind. Y'all keep saying the East is trash as if the West has something going on out there. Am I missing it?
Man, hold on. But you're gonna say now, Rob. Here's this very simple question. You're gonna tell me pound for pound. You're gonna tell me the East can stand up to the West?
Give me the top 3 teams in the West.
No. So I'm going to give you. We're going to look at it based on. No, let's just be simple. Let's take it just like the playoffs take it. Let's take the top 8 teams in the West and the top 8 teams in the East.
Yeah, can we see that Q, please?
The East is stronger. That's why I'm saying this.
So y'all have to scoot on. So right now, there's Jazz at 1, Lakers 2, Clippers 3, Suns 4, Spurs 5.
Okay, the Nuggets are in the play.
Nuggets
I didn't think I
7.
was going. Man, Ralph made me question my sanity for a second, man. I was
And
about to
then
say
Here's the East, 76ers 1,
on,
Nets 2, Bucks 3,
the Knicks are fourth.
Miami 5, Celtics 6.
Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Ralph. Ralph. Hold up. Hot dog, stop. Ralph.
Based on what?
Continue.
Based on what?
We're going to give you an opportunity to retract your statement.
I feel the East is stronger. I don't retract my statement.
The Knicks
I
are
don't-
fourth. That's all I
don't-
gotta say. I did not know the Knicks were fourth.
I stand behind what I said.
He said what he said.
I stand behind
He
what I
said
said.
what he said.
These high-powered teams in the West that y'all talking about, I
Oh,
must not be
oh,
watching
God.
NBA.
Ralph.
I don't care that Utah has the best record in the league. I don't have no
I don't
faith
care
in
about
Utah.
that either, but I
That's
believe-
not a power
man.
team. That's
But
one of
I
your top
believe
teams that you
Utah
argue.
will smack probably
That's-
6 to 7 of those teams in the East.
There's no smacking going on. That's reckless.
The Hornets are what, the 6th seed?
8. Hornets are 8.
Oh, the Hornets are 8th.
LaMelo's a bad boy.
Man, the best player on that team is from Louisville.
Wait a minute. Wait one damn minute.
Legend. I said what I said.
Wait a minute.
But you
Ralph,
ain't made no argument for one team in the West except the Lakers.
Hey, can we
That's
pull
one
the
thing
West
you
back
got.
up, please, Q? Can you pull that back up, please? I appreciate you.
I don't got no faith in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Oh,
Let's-
my
let's
God.
go.
All right, that's the
hold
East.
on. What not?
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. So let's look at this.
The
top
Warriors-
four and the top four in the West are Jazz, Lakers, Clippers, Suns. The
Jazz,
Suns are 22
no.
and 11. What is the Knicks
Warriors
record?
no.
18 and 17.
Mavericks no. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep going. I mean,
My
the Mavericks.
God.
The Mavericks are Luka. Who else
Wait a
the
minute.
Mavericks got?
Man, I don't even see my Pistons. They
you
so
got,
bad.
you got 3 to 4
Jeez, OP.
teams that could even compete. That even have a chance to compete. 3 to 4. I'm giving you 4.
Washington, Washington's down right now, and I think Washington's gonna be a playoff team by the end of the year. So, man, the West is this high-powered West that you're talking about. I'm not listening, man.
I will give you the fact that Washington could be a playoff team. I will give you that. All I'm asking you, pound for pound, you think
I'm telling you.
I can't get on board with that, Ralph. I'm usually with you, man, but I can't get on board with
Bring
that.
the East up again. Bring it up, please.
Bring
Just
East
come
back
on.
up. All right, hold
Yeah,
on.
hey, can you put them both side by
Thank you.
side?
Somebody said
Don't-
the Spurs,
don't take it down.
the Suns. Come
Don't take
on,
it down.
man.
My
You
God.
gotta take that down.
Okay.
Ralph, I want to go through this with you. You tell me out of the top 8 teams in the East, and we're gonna go through this.
And we all know the Bucks are bums in the
Hold on,
playoffs.
hold on.
Get your girl.
Who would the Hornets beat in a 7-game series? We're gonna start there. Who's
None.
gonna be in the West? Who?
None.
The Suns.
What?
And that's your 4th place team. And that's your 4th place team.
What? Ralph, why do you think that? Ralph, I'm gonna be sensible with you, my guy. Why do you think that?
The same reason that y'all think the Suns is just gonna run over the Hornets. Why? Because they have Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Is that all you basing it off of?
Who in the world is going to go against DeAndre Ayton on that Hornets team? And
Man,
I swear, don't say PJ Washington. He had one game. He had one damn game, and now they think he's relevant. Don't do that,
Hey,
Ralph.
man, we
Don't
wasting
do
too
that.
much
Hold
time
on,
on this
hold on real quick.
subject,
Hold
man.
on, Ralph. I got somebody who got you back. Andrew said the Hornets could beat the Spurs in 7.
That's what
Andrew crazy too. Shit, he a
Where are the Spurs at? Where are the Spurs at?
they're like
in the top
5th.
eight?
Yeah,
Hold
they're
on, hold
like
on. Let me
5th.
pull it up. Hold on, let me
Can
pull
I
it
see
up.
that, please?
Spurs are
y'all
5th.
talking crazy, bro.
Oh well,
y'all
maybe
talking crazy right now.
well,
Y'all talking
maybe,
crazy right now.
maybe-
Y'all talking crazy right now.
maybe Ralph has a point.
And then
I did not
and then
know
the
the Spurs were that good.
Trailblazers. I mean, come on, man.
Hey, but you
like the
wait a minute.
Trailblazers-
Hold up.
All right.
I am taking the Nuggets in a sweep over the Hornets, and they the 7th seed. Am I
Yep.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. That's
Oh,
easy.
I don't even know.
Hold on, Q.
Yeah.
Oh
What is
man.
what is your take on this, Q?
Hey Q, I'm with Ralph, man. We wasting way too much time on this
And
subject.
then we are. We
I'm
wasting
not-
too much
Because
time.
Ralph is crazy as hell.
Ralph, man,
I agree, but I'm with
my
Ralph
man,
on this.
100 grand, Ralph, but bruh, the West is too deep.
Okay.
Too
No.
deep.
It's
man.
not deep.
Hey, man.
Hey, you know
This
what?
man said the Hornets.
Man.
Q, we gonna get off the subject, but what I want to do,
Oh
We'll
my
get off-
God,
I
bro.
want to put it put it on the book. And let's ask that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
let's
that.
get feedback. Let's do that. Let's
Let's do that.
Hey, I like that Ralph's confident, but the Hornets over the Suns? Nah.
I just gave y'all a team. I just gave y'all a team.
I'm just saying, who else is gonna beat in the West? Who?
It's multiple teams.
Oh,
Andrew, you know why I got the brooms out. I'm waiting for Daniel to show up.
I didn't know. Okay, you said Phoenix. Who else?
And then y'all want to go with one team, the Hornets. Okay, the Hornets. Okay.
Who Toronto gonna beat?
Nobody.
Toronto's not one of the top 8 teams, are they?
They are. They're the 7th team. Yes, they are, sir.
Who they gonna beat?
The Mavericks, the Spurs.
Mavericks ain't in the playoffs.
Why are we not talking about the Knicks in the 4th spot?
Who the hell the Knicks gonna beat?
Julius Randle can't take
The
all
only
them
two teams
players.
that I'll exclude from the who can they beat are the Lakers and the Clippers. Anybody else?
Who?
In a 7-game series?
Out of the 6 teams, I said 2 teams are excluded.
Oh,
The
okay,
Lakers
I got
are the Clippers. So when you ask that question, there goes your 6 teams.
Wait a minute. You saying that the Knicks could be 6 teams in the West?
Absolutely.
Hey, man.
Maybe
Can we go to the next subject, please?
Can we go to the next subject?
Can we go to the next subject? Hey, man, I can't believe this. Hey, Ralph, I know what you're doing. I can't believe we falling for it.
I agree with you.
I can't believe. Can we please change the subject? Rookie of the year. Who we got for rookie of the year? Q. Who we got for rookie of the year?
Ralph, you my guy, Ralph. But rookie of the year for me is easy for me. It's LaMelo. Ever since he's a starter, I think he's averaging 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. So for me, it's easy. It's LaMelo, and also on top of that, he's making Jordan look good, although he fell into Jordan's lap. But, he's got the Hornets in the 8th seed and potentially moving up. So I'm going to go with LaMelo on this one, man. But who you got, Hot Dog?
I got to go LaMelo. By far the most exciting rookie this year.
Yeah.
I love watching him play. He's actually making the Hornets watchable.
Yes.
So, I know that's Ralph's team of the day.
It's a high-powered team in the East right now.
They're fun. Don't get me wrong. They're very fun. See, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, Ralph. I'm going LaMelo. Hey, legend, who you got, man? I'm not even Ralph. I don't even want to talk to Ralph no more, man.
I really like that. I really like the young boy out of Minnesota,
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I like Anthony.
Wow.
Ralph, let me finish, man. I like the young boy out there, but Minnesota just they can't win. He's not winning. He had some great games this year.
He had some great moments,
and he had some spectacular moments. Spectacular, But I'm gonna go with LaMelo.
Oh, absolutely.
LaMelo. Okay, well. Ralph, come on. Who you got? Why'd you pick some UK player? Why'd you go with Emmanuel quickly or somebody?
He's number 2. He's number 2.
Hey, I was about to say, if it wasn't for LaMelo, I might pick Emmanuel quickly.
And that takes a lot coming from a
Let
Louisville
me tell
fan.
you something. No, man, I keep it real, bro. I keep it real. Emmanuel quickly, you got to think the Knicks are the number 1 rated defensive team in the league right now.
Right.
That's why they are where they are.
Right.
Emmanuel quickly was a dog.
He's been doing this.
He was a dog. I'm telling you right now, he I don't know about number 2, but it's not a laughable thought that Emmanuel quickly could be NBA rookie first team.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not based off of me being a UK fan. I'm going right along with y'all, and I'm saying LaMelo is the will be the rookie of the year.
I have a question.
I
have a question about these rookies real quick. The number 2 pick, James Wiseman. That dude's on the bench now. Do y'all think he could have been good if he went anywhere else but the Warriors? Because I did not think that was a good fit from the beginning.
I think it's an example of why I don't feel like college hurts players. Why I feel like when they are in college for a year and they're learning and they're gaining experience, it doesn't hurt them. I just feel like he's somebody who isn't ready yet. That's what he looks like to me.
I'm going to piggyback right off the same thing Ralph said, man, is that I feel like not that he wasn't ready. I just think he wasn't ready to be a starter. Like bring him off the bench and then let him gain his minutes, sort of like they did with LaMelo Ball. They brought him off the bench, and now he's a starter, and now he see what he can do. So I don't think he wasn't ready. I just think he wasn't ready to be a starter. But go ahead, B.
I just think he's on the wrong team.
That's what I think. I think he's a bad fit.
That team, the way that team is constructed and how they play basketball is not conducive for Wiseman's game at all. It's just not. I mean, I think that he would have been better. He wouldn't have fit in Minnesota because they got Cat there. So that wouldn't have worked. He could have fit in Charlotte. That would have worked if he could have, if he went there. I just don't think this. I don't think Golden State is the right team for him. And I really thought, honestly, that Golden State would trade that pick.
I think we all did.
And get something. They could have got some good value out of that pick. But I mean, I guess hey, listen, man, you can't question the Warriors. Bob Myers and those guys, Steve Kerr. I mean, they know what they're doing. But just once Clay come back, man. I mean, think about it, man. Clay comes back, Steph's there. Them boys gonna be running and gunning. What Wiseman gonna do?
You better get it off the glass.
I think the Warriors' run is over when Clay comes back or not. They're not getting any younger. I made a Facebook post about it last night. Oh, how the Warriors have fallen. I think that's exactly what I said. I was watching them play the Lakers last night. The Lakers just made mincemeat out of them. And this is without AD.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just shows how far they have fallen.
Yeah, I think as far as the quote-unquote dynasty run, I think that's pretty much over with. But are they still a good team? Yeah, they're still a good team. But, man, Ralph had hit it on this earlier. Which team so far has been the biggest surprise to you? I'm going to go ahead and kick things off. Ralph had mentioned it earlier. I'm going to go with the New York Knicks, man. They haven't made the playoffs since 2012, 2013. Wow. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs this season, but like Hot Dog said, they're first one right now in defensive. Julius Randle's averaging 23, 10, 5 assists, 48% from the field, 41% from three. He's an all-star this season. They are in the fourth place right now. In the fourth place in the East. Yes, I know the East is trash right now, and I get it outside of Ralph thinking. But
I really just wish you'd calm down the Julius Randle talk because I don't want Chris Jones listening.
Man, look.
I put some respect on his name though.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm with you.
Oh yeah.
So for me, it's the New York Knicks is my biggest surprise because nobody pictured them being in the playoff race, let alone potentially in fourth place. If the season
they're over 500,
if the season ended today, they would be the fourth seed right now. Nobody saw that. But Ralph, who you got as your biggest surprise?
I kind of feel like somebody was going to choose New York, so I chose New York. But I'll go with Phoenix out of the West. I feel like Phoenix was a good team last year, but I feel like with the Chris Paul add to that team, I don't know where Phoenix might end up this year. That could be third. I don't know if they'll get to second. I mean, that's the word. I didn't use the word trash. Just because I picked them to lose in a series don't make them trash. But like I said, I picked Phoenix. I would go with New York, but Q chose them. We kind of been agreeing too much on this show, so I'm going to go ahead and go with Phoenix.
Hey, if you go with me, you on the right path. Who you got?
I'm going to answer Andrew's comment. He want to know why we exiled Jones. Jones has been saying Karl Malone. That Julius Randle is Karl Malone 2.0 for years. That's why I said keep the Julius Randle talk to a minimum because you don't know where Chris Jones is at.
Shout out Chris Jones. Chris Jones, he thinks Julius Randle's Karl Malone. He thinks Will Chamberlain's the greatest basketball player of all time.
Where is this coming from?
And he thinks Jimmy Kuwap is the top 5 quarterback, but we're not going to go there right now.
But I'm crazy.
My question is it surprisingly good or surprisingly bad?
You talking about the Knicks?
No, I'm talking about you said which team has surprised us. Are we talking good or we're talking bad?
Good.
Oh, good? Well, I have one for each if you don't mind. Good, I was going to say the Suns, but Ralph he took that from me. That's a good choice. Of course, you said the Knicks, that's another good one. I'm going to go with the 76ers. They're the number one team in the East. They've always had the talent, but they've never been in that number one spot. I mean, they're only a half a game ahead of the Nets right now. I think that'll change. I think the Nets will be the number one team going into the playoffs. But right now, I got to go 76ers. But surprisingly bad, I don't know what's going on with the Celtics. They're floundering along. They might just fall out of the playoffs altogether. They're the 6th seed right now. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Celtics. They need to get it together. My boy Jason Tatum is not doing it right now.
Yeah, that's your guy. Your
He's
guy.
not doing it right now.
Your guy. Be legend. Which team has surprised you so far during the season?
Well, I mean, I got to go with Utah. Utah. I mean, that's all I can say.
He's on Utah.
I mean,
27-7.
I mean, look at that. 27-7. Really? You know,
At boy Donovan Mitchell.
Rudy Gobert.
Stop. What?
Listen.
Stop it.
Listen.
Jordan Clarkson.
You know, Rudy Gobert, yeah, he's there. But you know, defensive player of the year. I mean, Rudy Gobert is averaging, I think 14 and 12.
Yeah.
You know, average numbers. I mean, but you know, he's there. He's a defensive presence, and he causes issues. But I just never would have thought that Utah would be 27-7. I mean, you would have never.
No.
I would have bet the house that they wouldn't have been 27-7.
We all expect them to make the playoffs, but not potentially number one seed.
Sure.
You know who this Utah Jazz team remind me of?
Hey.
Remember more than a couple of years ago when the Atlanta Hawks had Al Horford, Joe Johnson,
Mike Bibby,
and they were the number one seed in the Eastern Conference.
Kyle Korver.
And then come playoff time, they didn't do anything.
This team has more talent, though.
No, they do have more talent.
I think this Jazz team has more talent, but I see the comparison. I see it.
It's still a more collection of talent versus an actual.
I definitely see it.
So I really don't see them going too far, really.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, though, I had to agree with Hot Dog with the Celtics, man. I mean, I expected more out of them, but Marcus Smart has been hurt. I think
Kemba Walker's not 100%.
Yeah. I mean, Jaylen Brown has stepped up. He's had an all-star season. I think he's been doing great. But to be honest, I just expected more out of him. Not saying they can't turn it around or anything like that. I still anticipate some type of trade with them. Because I think they're gonna have to do something to help bolster that. Again, I don't know, what does that mean? Does that mean that they make a trade, they get Andre Drummond? Is that gonna help them? Does DeMarcus go sign there? Is that going to help them? I don't know, but I think that they've got to do something to shake that thing up.
Absolutely.
And not to cut you off, but I think you hitting it on the head. I think the biggest issue with the Celtics for the past 3 years has been a legit big man on the inside. They have not had that. They have not had that inside presence. I feel like Tatum's a great player. I feel like Brown's a great player. And Andrew had said they're missing Smart, which is he's the glue guy. But I think the inside presence, I mean, come on, we have Tristan Thompson down there. That's not the answer. So I mean, I would rather see Drummond down there than Tristan Thompson. I don't know what Cousins could really do. I just don't feel like he's the same player anymore. But
I don't understand why the Celtics aren't giving Robert Williams a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I don't know why they don't give him a chance, but I also think they made some mistakes. They're not bringing back, like they didn't bring back Wanamaker. Why would you let him go there?
I know Wanamaker's a good player, man.
I like him.
Why? I mean, he was like one of the breakthrough players of the year.
For sure.
My brother-in-law Bev said the Miami Heat 500 after a strong bubble. I think Jimmy Butler's missed some extended time. Is that right?
Yeah.
But see, reason why I didn't go with the Miami Heat as far as a disappointment, because Butler's been out, Hero's been out, Bam has been out a couple of games. So I mean, and they're still, I think, fifth in the East, even with all.
They still got a chance to.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people thought that they would come in, might be the number one seed in the East. I actually predicted them to go back to the finals this year coming out of the East.
Yeah,
but see, I didn't just because when you think about the dynamics, the Heat. I'm not gonna say they came out of nowhere, but no one was paying attention to the Heat.
They got hot,
and then you had Hero, and then you had what's his name?
Bam.
No, not Bam. The
shooter.
The shooter.
Duncan.
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson. Now what's happened is that teams have adjusted to that.
Yeah.
And so now Duncan, Robinson, and Hero, they're not having them games like they had.
Yeah, you're not even hearing about Hero this year.
So those guys are basically being removed from the equation. So I think that's part of it, along with the fact that Butler's been out. I think Dragic, he's been back and forth, but he's been playing, but he's been out too. So, they'll be there around playoff time. I mean, they'll be ready, and I'm looking for them to make a move too. But again, when you look at teams like the Celtics, you say they need to make a move. Well, here's the question: if you go get Andre Drummond, what are you going to give up?
Tristan,
Picks, lots of picks.
He ain't making enough money. See, that's
not even that beat.
He ain't making enough money. I mean,
I'm just saying, who wants that though?
Yeah, but the money's got to match though, right? I mean,
right. I know. I just threw him out there. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, he could potentially be in the deal, but the problem is you got to be within a certain percentage of the salary, and Drummond's making a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely.
So the only way that works is if Cleveland says, "Okay, we're just going to waive him." But then Cleveland's got to eat all that, and I don't think Cleveland's going to eat all of that like that. I just don't see that.
I think somebody will make a move for Drummond. I really do. I mean, you got to think, man. When Drummond's out there, he's possibly the best rebounder in the game.
I was about to say somebody needs to make a move, man.
That's like, and a lot of people don't talk about this. Drummond is usually top 5 in steals per game. He's got quick hands. He's always knocking that ball out. He's a lot better than people give him credit for.
I mean, he's making almost $40 million a year. What are you gonna give up for him?
Yeah, ain't blame Detroit for that.
You gonna give up a bunch of picks for Andre Drummond?
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, Boston's got it.
They got him. No, they do have him.
But is it worth it?
You work to get those picks. Are you gonna give all those picks up for Andre Drummond?
I don't know about that one.
That's my only question.
Mm-hmm. What about Porzingis for Andre Drummond?
But they don't need him in Dallas because they got Willie Cauley-Stein.
Yeah,
they really need Drummond there.
I don't see that.
I don't like that.
Okay, what about as Josh Bradley said? What about Porzingis to the Celtics?
I think that would be
nice.
I think that would
be nice.
But it depends on what Porzingis can give to you. Look what he's doing in Dallas, man.
But at the same time, they don't need much from their big man. Just maybe stretch the floor, rebound, 8 to 9 rebounds. Porzingis can do that for you.
Yeah, he's more of an offensive threat than Thompson.
Yeah, upgrade over Tristan Thompson.
You're right.
Right, huge upgrade.
That might work.
I like that.
I would like to see it. It would be different. Yeah.
Shit like we had the cast. For me, well, before we proceed, my disappointing team is the Denver Nuggets, man. They went from Western Conference Finals to being the 7th seed right now. Daniel just hopped on here, so I know he won't get in here. They're 18 and 15, 7th seed in the West. A lot of people were predicting that Murray would have his breakout season this year. It hasn't gone to par. In the bubble,
whatever. Nobody predicted that.
Yeah,
Nobody
they did.
predicted that. No,
Murray.
Chill out.
6 points a game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 50%, 45% from 3. Murray was predicted to break out, but now he's averaging 31, 4, 48%, and 40%.
This man is who we thought he was. He had one good run in the bubble. Here's some common sense. Here it comes, Daniel. Yeah, give it to Daniel.
Hey, hot dog. We gotta let Daniel have this, man. We gotta let Daniel. We gotta ask the question.
Well, before Daniel goes, do you got your brooms out? Daniel? You got your brooms out, Daniel.
I got a broom around the corner, man.
Hey, you might, my Louisville Cardinals, they used them on Duke this season. Got the brooms out.
Man,
All right, I'm gonna leave you alone, man. All right, man, go ahead.
Hey, it's one thing I gotta say. If you gotta brag about beating Duke or UK this year, hey, it's a sad story because they horrible.
Hey, it don't happen very often. Okay, so you gonna let me have my moment? Just let me live.
Enjoy it.
No, you gotta have your moment. You gotta have your moment because you
are. It
is Louisville, so you gotta have your moment.
Yeah, Thank you, man. You can't talk, Daniel.
Hey, man, it ain't all about hookers and cocaine right now, man. It's all about winning basketball games, making a tournament. It ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Leave Patino alone.
I know them UK boys could use some right about now after losing Saturday at home against Florida in a must-win game.
They covered down here. Don't worry about that, brother.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Daniel, man. Go ahead about Jamal Murray, man. Will you tell these guys about Jamal Murray?
Who has been the most disappointing team in the NBA up to the All-Star break?
I didn't really believe in Denver, so why does he keeps saying that like it was like 10 years? It's all things, bro. That's how you know you're not used to succeeding. It's 3 games, bro.
Hey, man, I don't even want to talk about that Zion game, man. We should have
Damn.
won that game.
That's crazy, man.
Go
Hey,
ahead,
but
Daniel.
now, like, I didn't believe in the Denver Nugget. I didn't believe in Denver. To me, they're not a disappointment. They'll make the playoffs. They might win a series. I don't know. I just never believed in them. But so for me, it's gonna be the Mavericks. I thought the Mavericks would have been better. You know, against the Clippers last year and just what they did toward the end of the season. I know Porzingis was hurt and everything like that, but so me, I'll probably go with them. I'm gonna give B Legend a little bit of credit. I don't believe their current seeding because I think that between significant injuries and a lot of other teams playing bad, the Suns are the 4th seed right now. I don't think they'll finish. I think once AD comes back and a couple of other teams get their injured players back, they might drop a couple seeds, but I do see them probably finishing around the 6th seed. But as far as Jamal Murray, dude,
Come
superstar.
on, man.
He's
Let that
don't
go,
get me wrong, he
man.
can get hot. Now listen to me. He's hot. He's cool for 40, 50. He gonna have those games. But as far as consistency, it's not there. People want to keep saying he's young. He's been no year. See, get me wrong, he could turn into a 25 point per game scorer, but I don't see it. I know what my boy Trey Minton, he's gonna be mad at me for saying this,
I
but for
know.
me,
Y'all go at it all the time, man.
real fundamental guy. Like he don't have a lot of flash for me. You know, it's not. I'm never ever gonna turn on TV and be like, Shh, let me hurry up and get home and watch Jamal Murray. It's just never gonna happen, bro. I'm never gonna say that. So.
Man, and then B, you said your disappointing team was.
Hey, my apologies. My connection might be a little bad.
What'd you say, Daniel?
He said his connection may be a little bad.
I said,
Oh,
my
okay.
apologies. I'm running on my phone hotspot right now, so my connection might be a little bad.
So I want a hot dog. Give me 30 seconds. You know, I gotta ask Daniel. We gotta ask Daniel this question. Daniel, before you got on this screen, Ralph, your guy, said that the top 8 teams in the East can handle the top 8 teams in the West.
That's how you try to word it. But what I'm simply saying is that the West isn't dominant like you trying to say. I don't feel like the West is more dominant.
Let me finish. So what he tried to use as an example was that he said that the Hornets can beat who?
That doesn't change my point.
No. The Hornets can beat who? Who can they beat, Ralph?
The Suns.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Hold on. I gotta hear it.
He said the Hornets can beat the Suns in a 7-game series. Daniel, what is your take on that?
answer both questions though, Daniel. Don't just answer that question. Do you feel like the West is that
What was
much
the
more
second
dominant
question?
than the East?
All right. So, Drew, you must have cricket because you reference cricket a lot. It's like you're a spokesperson for cricket, Drew. I don't.
He is the Eagles fan. They don't allow fans in their stadiums, so that's all he be hearing on the Eagles games is crickets. You're right.
But nah,
Go ahead, D.
I do like LaMelo Ball. I don't believe in the Suns, but Chris Paul is a difference maker. I will say that the Hornets maybe could give them a series. I don't think they would beat them. And hell nah, if the Eastern Conference had to play the Western Conference, it would be a wash. The only team that can really give them a run maybe is the Sixers, the Nets. That's about it. I mean, Boston is a letdown. I've been saying Boston was going to go downhill since Kyrie left, and I'm glad to see it because they hated on Kyrie so much. But outside of those two teams, I just feel like the Western teams at least have 2 superstars or 2 all-stars that can just run you out of the game. The East don't have that all the way from top to bottom. They got like 2 teams, maybe a third team you can throw in there, but to me, nah. I get what he's saying, though. I get what he's saying.
I know.
It's not the Spurs. it's not the Spurs and the Lakers, Shaq and Kobe days no more, but it's still not equal. It's still not equal yet.
Go ahead, Ralph. I mean, not Ralph, but B.
I'll turn it back over to you, Q.
Okay. Oh man, so
I stand by what I said.
Ralph, we know you stand by what you said, but like I said, Ralph, we're gonna put it out in the group. We're gonna get everybody's feedback.
Okay.
yeah.
Very curious to see what people have.
I love to hear it.
I'm curious to see what everybody has to say too. But man, we just had some breaking news that happened. Actually today, JJ Watt signed with the Arizona Cardinals. Hot dog, you're already shaking your head, man. What's your thoughts when you seen this news break today?
So JJ Watt said he want to win a title, but he's going from the third best team in his division to the third best team in the NFC West. This signing makes no sense to me whatsoever. You had the Bills hollering at you, the Packers hollering at you, and the Browns hollering at you. 3 teams I think can make a deep run in the playoffs. And you go with the Cardinals, the team that's not even going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. The third best team in the NFC West yesterday and today. Terrible decision by J.J. Watt. You deserve what's about to happen to you. Terrible. Absolutely stupid.
Some type of way.
Tell me how you feel,
What you
Hot
got to
dog.
tell me? It makes no sense. All this me playing games on Twitter with his hashtags and his screen name and then he posts a workout picture with a shirt that my 9-year-old son would wear. It's that small with Arizona Cardinals on it. Are you serious?
Bro,
Arizona Cardinals?
Calm down.
I saw a meme
Oh my
earlier.
God.
I saw a meme earlier. It said, if you wasn't cheering for us going 8-8, don't cheer for us going 8-7-1. And I exactly feel that way. I just don't understand. J.J. Watt played with everybody's emotions last 2 weeks of where he was going to go. And that's it. My son can wear that shirt. Look at that. What are you working out for?
The emotion that you're putting behind this signing is crazy right now.
It just makes no sense.
Hot dog.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Did JJ Watt hurt you?
Exactly.
It's just stupid. I'm like, it just makes no sense. It's made me playing games for the last 2-3 weeks about what team he's going to play for. Publicly humiliated this guy because he said, man, you've been waiting 2 weeks to pick a team. And he says, I'll wait and I decide an hour on what I'm going to order on DoorDash. Give me some time to pick a new team. And after all this time, you pick the Cardinals? Man, JJ who? TJ Becker.
Stop it.
B, I don't know how you back that up, but man, what was your thoughts on JJ signing with the Cardinals today?
Really, when I looked down, when it came up on my phone, I couldn't figure out where he was going at first. And then I saw he was going to the Cardinals, and I just was like, okay. I mean, it's not going to make an impact. I think a lot had to do with D-Hop. I mean,
yep. Relationships.
I just think that he recruited them, and he's like, hey, come on over here. Let's finish what we started. I think that was what the quote that he said that he had, and I think that's it. Now, Hot Dog's point, if J.J. Watt really wanted to win the title, he had teams that he could go to. I mean, they paying this man. I think wasn't the deal $31 million?
31 for 23 guaranteed.
I mean, so you're gonna go there for 2 years, and what is the reality? The reality is you're not gonna win a championship in Arizona. I mean, unless something happens that we don't know anything about. I mean, they'll compete. I'm not gonna go as far as Hot Dog say they won't make the playoffs, but they didn't make the playoffs this year though. So I mean, that's possible. They may not make it.
Your Bears got in over them in the
That
last
is true. That is true. The Bears did get in, but
for what?
I just think, man, listen, J.J. Watt could have went to Buffalo and caused havoc. He could have helped Green Bay dramatically.
Good Lord. I don't understand.
I mean, and again,
Pittsburgh.
He could have, now, other teams that may not be able to afford, but he could have went to the Rams, could have went to the Bucs. He could have went a lot of places that could have helped, But again, I don't know if the money played a factor either, because maybe those teams weren't offering that type of money. So that's the other side, too, that we don't know anything about. But I don't think him signing with Arizona. I mean, that's not. It doesn't move the earth. It doesn't shake any bills. It's just kind of like, okay.
Ralph, man, what was your thoughts when you seen that come across the screen today?
I definitely don't have as much emotion behind this as Hot Dog. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. But I think we all on the same page when we say, like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we all thought that he wanted to go to a contender, or at least somebody who we think is going to have a chance to actually make the Super Bowl next year. I'm not saying the Cardinals can't, but I feel like they're not one of the top teams that actually are out there that will be in that position. So I was kind of surprised by it, but at the same time, it is about relationships. He does have a relationship with D-Hop. I feel like the Cardinals offered him the most out of everybody that was offering something. And the Cardinals aren't a bad team. I feel like their defense needed help. White will help their defense. They still need some help on the offensive line, and I feel like they need another receiver. But the Cardinals aren't that far away to me. I feel like the Cardinals have a chance and can be there, but I don't know if they'll get the job done. So I definitely thought he would have signed with a different team.
Man, before I let Daniel cook on this, I'm gonna piggyback you real quick before I get some of these comments. Deshaun ends up in Arizona. It's a conspiracy.
Absolutely.
I don't get the hate. Cardinals offense young and talented. Kyler and Chase Edmonds got room to be stars. He said, and we all know who D-Hop is. I'm right there with you, Ralph. The Cardinals, they weren't the sexy pick, but it's not a bad pick. They were 12th ranked defensively, so hopefully he'll help them out defensively a little bit more, only if he can stay healthy.
If he don't get hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he can stay healthy. The Cardinals have improved each year. Cliff Kingsbury's been there. They went from 5-10, 8-8. So maybe he's looking at it as this is the next upcoming team that just needs a veteran player to maybe put them over the top. Is he the player to put them over the top? It remains to be seen. But it's not a bad pick, but it's not a great pick either. Like B and Hot Dog alluded to, you had the Bucks, Packers, Bills. There was the Browns he was flirting with, Steelers with his brothers. Even the Chiefs got thrown out there, and then he chose to go with the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know why.
Hugh, I want you to make sure J.J. Watt sees a clip of me going off.
Oh, my God.
I want you to make sure he sees it.
I'm gonna clip it. I would tell you, but yeah, he had so many contenders that was wanting him, and like y'all said, maybe it was the money that was the factor. I don't know, but
and he picked the Cardinals.
Oh my God.
I don't understand. This man made us wait 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks
to pick the Cardinals.
I mean, y'all had a whole segment about it last week.
Yeah,
and this is what we get to talk about: the Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
Man, really? Come on,
go ahead, Daniel, man. What was your thoughts when you seen this come across your timeline?
I honestly didn't think it was as bad as Hot Dog did. It didn't make sense to me because he said he wanted to go play for a contender. But I like Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt, rushing the passer. They got Budda Baker. They could probably play him more in coverage now. Also, they got Patrick Peterson, but they might cut him. But they might consider keeping him or they might consider reading him because I think similar to the Joe Hayden thing in Cleveland. Cleveland couldn't get any pass rushing when they had Joe Hayden, so he was left on an island to cover for 5 or 6 seconds. Nobody can cover that long. But now when you got Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt rushing, he might only have to cover for 3.5 seconds. They might decide to keep him on a cheaper contract. But to me, honestly, this is if you didn't want to go play with your brother, and I understand why the Big Ben situation, their offense is kind of slowly getting full. Yeah. If you were going to pick somebody like the Cardinals, I would have at least went with somebody like the Browns. Like, you don't have to go play for the Chiefs or the Bucks or the Packers, but damn, at least go to the Browns.
If anything, I would have picked the Bills, the team that lost to the Chiefs AFC Championship game, and who is going to beat them in that division?
McDermott would love them.
Who is going to beat them in that division?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Scottsdale, Arizona is a nice place to live, man. I think he made this choice for a couple different reasons, man.
And one more thing. I want people to really understand why I got so much emotion. This man made us wait 2 weeks and just pick the Cardinals.
You didn't have to, Hot Dog.
Oh, man, I'm a sports guy.
Got one more little part.
This is the big news. And this man, oh, my God, I just can't.
He might waste this year Because I think if Kingsbury don't win 10 games, he's fired this year.
Oh,
But
that's a good
let's
point,
just
Daniel.
say
That's a
Eric-
good point.
They got to
Let's
stay
just say
healthy.
Eric Bieniemy goes. Let's say Eric Bieniemy goes with coach of the Cardinals. They
Ooh.
automatically going to be a contender. So you can't really say. And he's only signed a 2-year deal. So his second year, they could be a contender. I mean, that's just what I think. But
Yeah.
You know who's a contender right now? Buffalo, the Browns, the Bucks. Those teams are Super Bowl contenders right now,
See.
not the
Yeah,
Cardinals.
Yeah. Like I said, maybe he's just looking at them as an up and coming team, man. But man, we almost out of time today. I got a quick hitter for you. This happened yesterday afternoon. I don't know if any of y'all seen it, but this play took place at the end of the Clippers versus Bucks game. I'm about to play the clip.
Giannis Holiday inside. Great ball rotation. Middleton. Giannis downhill. Slams it home. And the Bucks lead by 3.
I mean, Drew makes a good decision. Ball switch sides, and Giannis coming downhill. Look out.
Outside of the Morris kid getting out the way because he knew better. I'm gonna let you cook on this first one. That play, did Giannis travel on that game clinching dunk yesterday afternoon versus the Clippers?
Who, me?
Yeah, you beat. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Hell yeah. They wasn't out. I was on the train. That boy covered so much ground.
Took 10 steps.
Yeah, but man, Colin, man, I mean, what you gonna tell? And I didn't watch the game, so I didn't know if they had any type. Could they chat? Well,
The challenge, yeah.
They couldn't challenge it because they didn't call a call.
They ain't make a call. Yeah, so there was nothing to challenge.
So he went from Milwaukee to Chicago in like 2 steps. He was gone.
Hot dog, was it a travel?
I got a couple of things to say. One, I do not like Giannis. Number two, that's all he can do is dunk. And number three,
Hit a couple threes
it
in
was
the
a
game.
travel. Hell yeah, it was a travel. That man took 20 steps. That's terrible. And who was the guy that got out of the way and let him do that? Who was that?
Markeith, one of the Morris twins. I can't
Marcus
remember.
Morris.
Marcus.
Man, they do a 1-for-2 sale. Release one and both of them go. That was terrible.
Damn, hot
Hey,
dog.
Absolutely
look,
terrible.
Thank you, hot dog.
I didn't know which.
You stole what I was gonna say.
I don't know.
Man, there
which
ain't
one
no
was
way
worse.
that should have happened. Giannis would have had to kill me. And, Giannis so
He
dang
would have.
scrawny, I could have threw him to the first row of the state in the arena.
Hey, I don't know which one was worse, that or that step back that Embiid did, because that boy he went a long way too. He went a long way.
But I'm sorry, but that was a travel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He traveled 20 steps without dribbling.
Yeah.
What about you, Ralph?
I think we all agree. Hell yes. But you know what I'm gonna say? It's something that LeBron does every game. So why can't
He ain't bothering nobody.
All right.
He ain't bothering nobody.
He always bothering somebody.
He ain't bothering nobody.
That was funny, man. That was
Go
funny.
ahead, Danny.
I like that.
Go ahead, Danny. Was that a travel?
Bro, look. When Giannis ball's coming to him, as soon as he catches the ball, he takes 3 steps before he even moves forward. And then he takes 2 more steps. He does it all the time. But
Yeah.
no, watch him play 5 steps all the time, bro.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but they don't call it as part of the NBA. I mean, there's 20-minute videos of people about. So I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That was the first game where I saw Kawhi and Paul George play terrible this year down the stretch.
Yeah, it was. But man, y'all already know with me, it wasn't a travel. I don't care what y'all say.
I know. You're a LeBron fan.
Oh, it wasn't a travel to me. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it was not a travel. Because Giannis has such long strides, it makes it look like it was a travel. And I'm gonna tell you this right here, Daniel. You ever been on the wing, right? Somebody running a fast break. They kick it to you on the wing. You take a couple of steps and then you lay it up, right? You didn't dribble, did you? Same
Right.
concept. Same
I
concept.
usually dribble
Two
one.
steps.
I usually
You
dribble
get
one.
2 steps. 2 steps. He took
took
3
2
or
steps.
4. He took 3
2
or
steps.
4. 3.
He took 2.
Run that tape back.
Run it back. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm about to run
Yeah,
it
can we
back.
watch that again,
He
please?
took
Thank
2
you.
steps. I'm trying to tell you. He caught it, and then he took a long strap. Man, don't you crazy.
Giannis Holiday inside. Great ball rotation. Middleton. Giannis downhill. Slams it home.
Told you. 2 steps.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
Told you.
It is questionable. It is.
Told you it's 2 steps. It's just that his strides are so long, it makes it look like he took more than 2 steps. But he kicked it to him, and he took a long stride with the first one and the second one, and then boom, there it is. I'm trying to tell you.
That's
It
part
wasn't
of being a
Hey,
superstar, man. You'll never have to worry
Superstar
about it.
calls, man.
Absolutely. Superstar cause, man.
Man, Giannis didn't walk, man.
What makes this man a superstar? I don't understand.
Stop it. Stop
What
it.
makes
Stop
this man a superstar? All he does.
Stop.
James Harden said it best. There's no skill. 7 foot and can dunk.
Is that his fault? Is that his fault?
But
I
what
thought
makes
you-
him a superstar? I don't understand.
He
So
averages damn near 30 points in
But see-
points in the league.
Hot dog, you can't say that. That's just like saying, well, Shaq is 7'1", 300 pounds. He's supposed to dominate and dunk.
Absolutely.
And I said the same thing
Absolutely.
about Shaq all them years.
What?
I said the same
What?
thing about
You
Shaq.
said what?
He was just
What'd you
bigger
say?
than everyone else. He was
When
just
he got
bigger than everyone
old,
else. There was no
Shaq
skill in it.
was
He was
hard
just
to
bigger
watch
than
when he
everyone
got
else.
older.
He was just bigger than everyone
Everybody
else, man.
over at the end. But
Daniel,
Skinny
yes,
Shaq,
I will agree
Skinny
with
Shaq
that.
had game, yo.
I will agree with that. At the end of his run, yeah, but Orlando to LA,
Absolutely.
He had
Skinny
skill.
Shaq had game, yeah.
Come
He
on,
had
man.
skill, hot dog.
Come on, man. Stop the disrespect, man.
Kobe was the best player on the
All the
team.
disrespect
That's all I'm
is the
saying.
league not putting Booker.
Kobe was not the best player on that team. Stop it.
Wait a minute.
Stop
now.
it.
What
You heard what I said.
We ain't
You
gonna
heard
get
what I
on this
said.
tangent.
You heard what I said. Kobe
We
was
ain't
not
gonna
the best
get
player
on
on
this
We're
that
not
tangent.
doing
team.
that tonight.
Nah,
We're not doing that.
Oh, no,
You know,
no.
it's disrespectful earlier.
Nah,
Hey.
y'all not gonna be disrespectful
I
to
need
Shaq.
I
Y'all
need
better
my
stop
mute button. Q, where's my mute
Hey,
button at?
That's because you're a Kobe fan, man. It ain't about
I said what I
that,
said.
bro.
What'd you say, Ralph? Kobe wasn't the best player on that team?
He was not.
He wasn't.
Thank you, Q. We don't, like me and the Q been agreeing too much on this show, man. We got to get some.
Yeah,
new
there's
subjects.
some. Hey, this
Yeah.
was probably my favorite show we've had in a long time.
Hey, man, it just is what it is, man. My guy got 3 Finals MVPs. I'm just, hey.
You don't have to run the numbers down. It's self-explanatory.
But see, the thing is, Ralph, is that if you say that, they automatically think you taking away from Kobe's greatness, and you're not.
But that's the whole thing with the GOAT argument. When you say Jordan is not taken away from LeBron,
Like-
you know what I'm saying?
Kobe was great, but he just wasn't the best player on that team. Well,
And
during
those
that-
three
he was not.
finals, and wait,
He
in
was
those
not.
3 finals, who did Shaq go up against? Rick Smits, the Kevin Mutombo.
Man, Shaq dominated the league. Whoever
And who
was a
was-
big man, Shaq dominated him.
Who was the
period.
third one? Who
Kobe
was the
just
third
said,
one?
whoever's in the way, I'm taking them out.
But see, you can't make that argument because Kobe went up against who? Reggie Miller, Curry
Everybody,
and who?
he went up against everybody.
Hey, don't say
He's like
Reggie
Mike.
Miller. That's Ike's boy right there.
He's like-
Ike
he
loves
I was
like-
Reggie.
gonna say, I don't know.
In the-
Well, you can't talk about Reggie Miller.
He's like Mike.
In the
You know, you want
2000
to talk about you talk about Mike dunking on somebody. They say dunk on somebody bigger. He go down there and dunk on Marquis.
Hey, you know what, B? You ain't got no argument for me, baby.
There we go. I mean, Kobe just go dominate everybody.
Look,
You're right. Hey, you're right.
Stop.
No argument for me. But Shaq was still the best player on that team, though.
Absolutely.
in the 2000
Absolutely.
in 2001 playoffs, Shaq averaged 29 through the first 3 rounds. Kobe averaged 29 through the first 3 rounds. So it don't seem like they the better. It seemed like they was equal.
But Ralph, did you notice he left at the finals? He said first 3 rounds. Show me what they did in the
Hey,
finals.
it's okay, Q. We don't have to talk about it.
You-
We know
you
what's
right.
up.
I mean,
You can't go. Hey,
That's
you can't go straight from the first round to the finals. You got to make it.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
you can't
But
just
then
say,
when
"Oh,
you
let me dismiss those first 3 rounds."
We're not gonna dismiss him, but come on, man. Shaq was the better.
So,
Y'all
Are
gotta
we
stop.
gonna dismiss the 2001? I mean, the 2000 NBA Finals when Kobe averaged 15 and Shaq averaged what 38 and 15? Are we gonna dismiss that too?
the finals or the playoffs?
No, the finals.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
NBA.
well, you know, we
That's
fed-
one
we fed
year.
Shaq the
That's-
ball. I mean, that's all that was.
Well, y'all said Kobe don't show up in the finals. Is that what y'all
That's
said?
one year though.
Now you being
That was
disrespectful.
1 year.
Kobe don't score for the
See,
fun.
that's my
Hey,
point.
nah,
Is
for
that
real. Hey, for real.
How did we
I'm
get
not-
on this
I'm not-
subject? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because you was
Ralph?
being disrespectful to Shaq. It was
I'm
your
not being
fault, hot
I'm just
dog. You
saying.
started it.
Nah,
Shaq
man,
is the
Shaq
most
was. All
Shaq
I'm
is the
saying was,
most
man.
dominant force to ever play the game of basketball.
Period.
All I
Period.
said was Shaq had
That's
no
a fact.
skill. He was just
Nah, it was
bigger
Wilt.
than everyone else. And
Man,
I'm
you're
not wrong.
Don't
You're
start
What
there.
wrong.
skill did he
You
have?
are wrong. Come on,
What
bro.
skill did he have?
Hey,
He was just
man,
300
Wilt
pounds
Chamberlain.
bigger than everyone
Go
else.
back and watch some tapes, man. You got to.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh man.
I'm
Oh,
not doing
see,
this with you, Daniel.
see,
I'm
I'm
not
not
doing
doing this. I'm not doing this.
Where's
either.
Chris Jones at? Where's Chris
Nope.
Jones
I
at?
mean, hey, look, it's almost as bad as that guy.
Wilt Chamberlain, the 10
bottom-
flat 100 meter runner, the 49-inch vertical. He averaged 50 points and 20 rebounds in a season.
Oh my god.
And he was
man.
in the volleyball Hall of Fame. And he's in the
Oh,
volleyball
man.
Hall of Fame.
I didn't get to watch
Hey,
Will
hey,
play.
hey,
Most
hey,
dominant
hey,
force
you
you've
know
ever
what?
seen.
Hey, Daniel, he took down 20,000 of them. He say,
That's what he say.
what he say?
That's
Yeah.
what makes him
That's
legend.
what he said.
I got to take the man at his word. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Definitely
So.
makes him legend.
20. Ooh.
I just
So I
want to know
like-
where Chris Jones is suddenly thinking that Wilt Chamberlain's the GOAT. I don't understand that.
That's Chris Jones, man.
You right. I don't even
That's
know why I
Chris-
say
this is
it, man.
Hey.
You right.
Same
He
guy
also
that said-
thinks Jimmy
that said
Garoppolo is a
Julius
good
Randle
quarterback.
is Karl Malone.
Who said that, Q?
It was Ice comment.
I know. I
Ice said
told
it
you
was-
as Ike's
No,
boy.
Chris
Don't
Jones
disrespect
said
Reggie
that.
Miller.
No,
Plus,
the
I
comment,
got
the
hands.
comment down there. He said it was
No,
definitely
no.
Shaq's team. Plus, I got hands for anyone who disrespects.
Okay.
Hey, that's Ike's boy, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey,
He
Reggie,
love
who?
Reggie.
Hey,
Reggie Miller.
Michael Jordan had him.
See, Shaq took
Hey,
that
my
time.
MJ put them things all in his face.
Oh, here we go with the MJ stuff. But anyways, we get ready to get on up out of here, everybody. We appreciate everybody
Wilt
who
was
tuned in.
still
You can always check out previous episodes on the YouTube channel KY Beyond the Game.
Hey,
or if
hey,
you
Reggie,
Make
I
sure-
said, Reggie,
make
some of
sure
these great-
JJ Watt-
Oh!
Make sure JJ Watt sees what I said about him. Make sure he
Oh
sees
my
it.
God. Hot dog.
Or
Let
if you
that
want to
go.
listen to the previous podcast, you can check out the podcast on all major streaming platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play Store, and things of that nature. Everybody, appreciate you tuning in. We're going to get on up out of here. But before we do that, we want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. And we up out of this thing. Peace.
Peace.
y'all boys is wild.
Low-key slapping.